The SEC just dropped the manual for clear rules. Crypto is not going away, and XRP holders knew it all along. On top of that, Donald Trump has officially signed the bill to repeal the DeFi crypto broker rule, which makes it the first cryptocurrency bill ever to be signed into law by a president. So in this video, we're going to discuss exactly what this means for decentralized finance, what this means for the rest of the crypto market, one of the most important indicators that we need to pay attention to over the next few months, the entire April crypto calendar for some of the most important events coming up at the end of this month that we all need to be ready for. And also some of the biggest opportunities in crypto right now that are slipping underneath the cracks, under the radar, that you can be able to capitalize on to make a lot of money. So comment 777 if you guys are feeling blessed. If you're feeling bullish, let's run it. April 15th, 2025. This is a huge date because it's the deadline for 2 high-paying tax credits that you probably haven't heard about, but you can still get if you take action right now. We've partnered with the relief consultants who are experts in the tax code who've recovered over $100 million for their clients so far. So if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, listen up so we can get you help and reach our goal of recovering $10 million for the Bull Runners community before the April 15th deadline. So here's how it works. If you're a business owner who had employees in 2021, then you qualify for an average $150,000 check from the Treasury and possibly more with the Employee Retention Credit Program. So if you were told in the past that you don't qualify, get a second opinion now through the link in the description below this video, because there are rules and regulations that have changed just recently. So there's a high likelihood that you do qualify now. And if you sold your business or you shut it down, you still qualify as long as you were active in 2021. So don't miss out. Schedule an appointment with the link below. Just click business owner with employees if it applies to you. There's also a second tax credit that also ends April 15th. So this is for the bull runners who are self-employed in 2021. So if you were a 1099, not W-2, and self-employment was your primary income, the Treasury check for this tax credit can go up to $32,220 with an average of $17,000. So if you were self-employed in 2021 and want to see if you haven't claimed this credit, which nobody has from our community thus far for some strange reason. We've been talking about this in several videos. I don't know, man. Maybe you just want the Treasury to keep your money. But if you want to get money back in your pocket, then schedule a consultation. Don't be lazy. Do this right now before April 15th through the link below. Just click self-employed if you think you qualify for both credits. Let the rep know on the call. And by the way, if you have your tax returns from 2020 and 2021 for this credit, it will be a faster turnaround for you. So have them ready on your call, and they can literally tell you if you qualify on your first call to get you paid. So if you need more money back in your pocket for this bull run, take action right now, click the link, and let's get you paid. All right, bull runners. So Relief Consultants is taking meetings throughout this weekend. If you try and schedule a meeting for Monday, you're most likely going to be too late. So don't leave money on the table, because when crypto makes a rebound to the upside, you need to have money in your pocket to be able to accumulate your favorite projects. Because with clear rules to the road being dropped, the SEC just announced this on their website through the Division of Corporation Finance right here, to provide greater clarity on the application of the federal securities laws to crypto assets. And they also just made this announcement while I'm recording this video about their second roundtable on crypto regulation on their website right here that you guys can listen in on, which still should be live by the time this video comes out, or you can just watch the replay by going to sec.gov, or you guys can go check out the SEC Gov Twitter account for the official link as well too. But basically they're talking about disclosure requirements for crypto asset security offerings and registration under existing federal securities laws. They're not introducing new regulations, but they're aiming to clarify how issuers in the crypto industry should comply with disclosure obligations. And so this is going to have a few effects for the crypto industry. Number one, increased transparency for securities offerings. Because before, the SEC basically said, come in, get registered as a security, and then they would not provide clarity on what a security is and what a security isn't. So this is the problem that Ripple faced with XRP. This is a problem that Coinbase has faced. This is a problem that Binance has faced, because the previous SEC chair, Gary Gensler, did not want to provide clarity. If anything, he probably had a hidden agenda to delay it as long as possible until the whole world is ready for blockchain adoption. And so the statement also explicitly notes that crypto assets that are not classified as securities don't require registration. So that would be XRP. And so the positive effect of this is just basically clear rules is going to attract more institutional investors that are wary of regulatory ambiguity. And it's going to foster more mainstream adoption, hands down.
And also, this just in, New York State has filed to accept crypto as a form of payment for New York State agencies. Now, this hasn't been passed yet, but if this gets passed, this is massive. And this type of adoption is just what's going to push crypto further mainstream. And also, you guys see, Ripple's just been advertising all over the place. When I was in Dubai, they were advertising all over in Dubai. Now they're running ads in New York City over here. But towards the end of this video, I'm going to talk about what needs to take place for XRP to break out, because in my video yesterday, I showed you guys this chart, Bitcoin to the US dollar on the weekly candles. And as you guys can see from the previous high of 2021's bull run, 1,246 days in, put us to about April 7th when I prepared this chart. And if we measure back from the previous cycles, we could see we're pretty much right along schedule. And if I were to measure from the vertical line, 1,246 days each bull run cycle to the peak of that bull market, this cycle right here was about 231 days after. And then the 2021 cycle was roughly, 182 days after. So if we just go between 182 days to 231 days from where we were April 7th, 182 days puts us on the 6th of October, 231 days puts us on the 24th of November for the end of this bull market cycle. So we're right along schedule right now with this pullback. As you guys can see, we experienced a pullback on the 27th of February of 2017 when Bitcoin was struggling to break the high of November of 2013. And we also experienced a pullback from April of 2021 until July of 2021, 1,246 days in before the final rally in the bull market. So we're doing the same thing. We're just experiencing a pullback right now. And although this is frustrating for people because we're seeing the most bullish fundamental developments happen in the space, we're seeing regulatory clarity come, stablecoin bills are coming next, and yet Bitcoin's price is still underneath $100,000. So what gives? We'll pay close attention. I'll share with you exactly why this is taking place. Because we need to pay attention to global liquidity. We've said this so many times with the offset that global liquidity is showing on the chart right now. But recently, global liquidity is broken out and Bitcoin and the rest of crypto market is lagging behind global liquidity. But one indicator that's pretty interesting here, if we look at the correlation between, gold, we have the S&P 500, we have XRP, and Bitcoin, we can see in green right here, gold is broken out to make a new all-time high. It's sitting at $3,232. And if we look at last bull run cycle, gold actually broke out to about over $2,000 by August of 2020, whereas Bitcoin lagged behind a little bit. Once gold started to pull back, then Bitcoin really started to rip to the upside. And of course, XRP was going through the lawsuit. So XRP tried to break out, the lawsuit was filed, XRP was suppressed. And then XRP in blue here started to become correlated to Bitcoin after Bitcoin had reached 40K. Then XRP broke out massively by the 26th of April and then topped out, just shy of $2 when Bitcoin had already reached its peak. And so the correlation between XRP and Bitcoin, very, very correlated towards the later stage of this bull run. And as you guys can see right now, this orange chart right here at the top of the screen is Bitcoin, and it's been pulling back while gold has been breaking out. So is gold a true sign of what's to come next for Bitcoin like last bull run cycle? And when gold starts to pull back, will we see Bitcoin finally break back above $100,000 and go back into price discovery? And what does that mean for XRP? Because currently Bitcoin, XRP, the S&P 500 have all been pulling back since the 2nd of December. Even though XRP had another pump by the 20th of January, it's still pulling back with these markets, whereas gold is breaking out. Well, everyone knows that gold is the most sure thing in times of volatility. So traditional investors, VCs, hedge funds, the vast majority of them are dumping money into gold because it's just tried, true, tested, and proven over thousands of years. But what's happening right now is the beginning of one of the largest shifts in the financial industry over to crypto. And it's just coincidentally happening at the exact same time as Trump's tariffs. So one date we need to look at is April 14th. So it begins. Many of you guys have seen this picture out here, posted all over Twitter, and it's led to a wide variety of, prophecy videos from Brandon Biggs being posted, the guy that prophesized Trump assassination getting shot in the ear. Many of you guys have also seen Kim Clemente talk about XRP and other prophecies as well too. What's your guys' thoughts on this?
To the 14th of April, and there shall be shiftings that'll take place. But know this day, says the Lord, I am the ruler of this universe, and one prayer of a saint can move my hand, and it has, says the Lord.
So a lot of people write this off. I actually find it interesting that he puts himself out there and says a specific date. So the 14th of April, that's coming up in 3 days. We'll see what happens on the 14th of April. We also have a big announcement coming for you guys on the 14th of April inside of Altcoin Pro as we expand Altcoin Pro University globally. We have people from tons of different countries all around the world that have joined us. And also, we just announced the launch of our one-to-one consulting calls. Those are now live, where you can book private one-on-one calls with our crypto pros. Whether you're looking to deepen your understanding of DeFi, optimize your portfolio strategy, explore current narratives, or just cut through the noise and get your questions answered on a one-to-one call, we've got you covered. So here's how it works. Once you join Altcoin Pro University through the link in the description below, if you want to book a one-on-one coaching call, all you do is pick the crypto pro that you want to talk with on our team. Then you simply fill out the booking form, you pay and confirm, and then you get a personalized recap. After the call, your coach will send you a custom recap email with key insights, actionable steps for you, and the framework covered during your session. So super important here, guys. These calls are 100% educational and strategic. We don't offer financial advice. We're not investment advisors. Obviously, these videos are purely for education, informational purposes only. And our goal is to give you clarity, not tell you what to buy or sell, but we can tell you what we're doing, and our research team has done an incredible job of spotting opportunities in the crypto market that you can capitalize on inside of Altcoin Pro University. Check this out. DeFi Mode just posted this. Trump just signed a historic crypto bill. The DeFi broker rule has officially been crushed. So with this being the first crypto bill to ever be signed into law by a president, repealing the DeFi broker rule, here's exactly what this means and why this is one of the biggest deals in crypto history. So this repeals the IRS's rule issued in the warning days of the Biden administration, and the rule classified websites and wallets that allow users to swap crypto as brokers. It would have swept up popular crypto wallets like MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Phantom Wallet, you name it, or the website or of decentralized exchange like Uniswap, though not the underlying DeFi protocol. DeFi apps and wallets were required to begin collecting vast amounts of customer data and information in the name of preventing tax evasion and helping customers report their taxes to the IRS according to the now repealed rule. It said that the DeFi broker rule needlessly hindered American innovation, infringed on the privacy of everyday Americans, and was set to overwhelm the IRS with an overflow of new filings that it doesn't have the infrastructure to handle during tax season. Now, as you guys already know, the IRS is already overwhelmed and they're restructuring things, so they have far less employees there, but the rule was set to take effect in 2027, and as originally proposed, it would have swept up all the DeFi protocols themselves. And officials eventually published a watered down version that applied only to front end services, but nonetheless, this would have been a mess for the IRS to sort through, because more than $114 billion in crypto had been deposited across the thousands of DeFi protocols tracked by DeFi Llama. Nevertheless, the bill sailed through Congress, drawing support from most Republicans and dozens of Democrat lawmakers. So this is a massive deal because many people don't like the idea of these platforms collecting personal data for privacy concerns, and it would make it harder for DeFi platforms to operate, potentially harming new tech developments, on top of overwhelming the IRS, which they're already overwhelmed. So in short, the bill stops the IRS from treating DeFi platforms like traditional brokers, which means less paperwork and fewer privacy concerns for crypto users. But some people are worried that it makes tax evasion easier. So if you have any questions about this, this is exactly why we created the Crypto Tax Mastery course with our certified CPA and tax planners, showing you guys how to use the #1 crypto tax software in the world to accurately track and report your crypto. Because if you do not do this, then you could get caught up in an IRS audit that could be a nightmare for you, for your business, and for your crypto portfolio. So you guys definitely need to go through this, because if you don't and you get audited, the fees from not reporting from years prior could absolutely wipe out your portfolio. So this is actually I know it's not the most fun thing, but we've made it simple, easy to understand. And in 13 videos, you can go through and completely organize your entire crypto portfolio to know what you would owe in taxes. Because the smartest thing that you could possibly do is get a jump on the gun and get an early start to understand this stuff before the crypto market rebounds. Because when the Fed starts lowering rates and they start printing more money, and the crypto market catches up to M2 global liquidity, then if your portfolio starts rising and then you sell, you're gonna have to deal with short-term or long-term capital gains tax depending on when you bought. So when we look at charts like this that show where inflation's at 1.34%, well, the Fed's goal has been 2% inflation, and anything under that would signal, or close to it, would signal that they could start cutting rates. However, the Fed is behind the ball here, and in 25 days, 80% are expecting them to keep rates current, but by June, we see that 62%, the majority are expecting a rate cut. So by June, the Fed is most likely to start cutting rates. So you guys can be able to capitalize early before that happens and that liquidity starts to flow into the crypto market. Because when rates go down, money is cheaper. When money is cheaper, people are more bullish to take out loans and put that where? Into crypto, into stocks, into real estate. So capitalize now, take action first, and don't be last. So that way you can make as much money as possible. Because when we look at the April crypto calendar, there's some massive dates coming up. For example, right now we have the SEC Virtual Asset Roundtable. Go follow us on Twitter through the link below. You guys will see updates posted about that throughout the day and over the next couple days. Then on the 14th, the SEC Binance lawsuit, pausing the deadline for there. The 15th, Vitalik is sharing the Ethereum story on Apple TV Prime Video. So we're going to see more mainstream understanding of how Ethereum started. On the 16th, the SEC XRP appeal statement submission deadline. So we'll be covering that here on the channel. The 18th, Trump token unlocks. I know Trump's token has been destroyed. The 22nd, Tesla earnings call. 23, US Beige Book, Meta earnings call. 24, Google earnings, Microsoft earnings. So the 23rd and the 24th are going to be massive for company earnings. Then the 25th, the SEC is doing another virtual asset second roundtable. And then on the 30th, the Bank of Japan interest rate decision is going to take place. And so this is a jam-packed month. The blue is important, the green is good, the red is bad. So we've already passed a large chunk of the bad. The only bad thing coming up is Trump's token unlock. But if you don't hold Trump's token, you don't have to worry about that. The remaining events are extremely important and also good for Ethereum's Spectra update happening on the 30th. So Warren Buffett said it best, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index is showing that we are similar levels that we were all the way back between November of 2022 to January 2023 at the bear market bottom, by September of 2023, and then by July to September of 2024, we're at relatively the same level. So when a bounce takes place in the crypto market and we see a recovery for Bitcoin and the majority of altcoins, you do not want to be chasing the pumps and buying the rally. The smartest thing to do is watch for a breakout of key reversals and back test for trend reversals, which you'll learn about on the Technical Analysis Tuesdays calls inside of Altcoin Pro University. For example,
our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1, 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University through the link below. And although we make no guarantees because crypto is definitely risky, guys, this is only $97 a month or $970 a year. If you want to save $194, getting 2 months for free and unlock some exclusive bonuses, just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers to help you become the first millionaire in your family tree, if that's a goal of yours. And you can get started through the link in the description below right now, or you can go to bullrunners.com to take advantage of the bonuses we're giving you before they expire. Everyone is loving the community. They're loving the education. They're getting access to real-time altcoin picks first before we ever make videos about them. So click the link in the description below, watch the video, and I'll see you on the inside.